This is the entryway. It's always kind of been like this. Coat closet, now a pantry. Sink obviously here. This is very handy on Amish houses, so the men can come in from the barn where they have unhitching a horse, or they've been, cleaning out the barns, where they can wash their hands before they go into the house, which Amish people keep very clean. Welcome back. Today I'm speaking quietly because my siblings are up in the room sleeping, my grandma's sleeping. Today my parents are at the Ordnung church, where they have church and they sit down and go over all the rules. So it lasts till about 2:30, 3 o'clock, from 9 to 3-ish. So we're here watching grandma. She's still sleeping, so we're going to talk kind of quietly. But I'm going to show you the house that I grew up in. So yeah, let's start with church peanut butter. This is older, it's darker. It turns darker as it gets older, but it's still good. Usually it's a nice creamy tan brown. But yeah, this is the kitchen. I've washed a lot of dishes as a kid right here. This house is older. It was built in probably 1983, 84. So could use a little bit of updating, but here it is. It's set up basically the way it is. We used to have a pantry here, but we swapped the bathroom out. Just recently we remodeled, took the pantry out of here, moved it to there, and moved the tub around in the bathroom. But I remember this used to not be here, and the house used to be smaller. When I moved in, we moved in here when I was like 1. Used to be a kitchen table right here, and I remember sitting right here, the kitchen table against the wall, and I fell out of my chair and broke my collarbone. I still remember that visual of falling. I don't know how old I was, a couple years old, but just a memory. So yeah, and then this used to be the living room, but now this is the dining room, and the living room is right here. The kids' bedroom used to be right next to these stairs. And then we tore that out years later and added the living room onto the back. But that's where my grandma's staying, so we're not gonna go back there. I do remember this bedroom right here. When we were little, my little brother, who's a year and a half younger than me, I remember standing in the bedroom in front of the sewing machine. We had some bunk beds, and he told me that I have a frog in my hair. And so he said he has to cut it out. So he took some scissors and snipped my hair to cut the frog out. We got in trouble for that. So that's my parents' bedroom, but don't show that. Here's the bathroom. Whoop. This is the newly remodeled bathroom. Note the light. It is now an LED light. Look at how beautiful this is. Can you get up close? That's where the battery is stored. It's a DeWalt battery. That's what a lot of people are using nowadays. But back up a little bit. So the pantry used to be here, and the tub was right here. And this is where we took our baths. We had running water the whole time. We're in a more liberal community. Yeah, so when we remodeled, we moved the bathroom or bathtub over to here, the toilet over to here. And it looks good. As you can see, my sisters did the interior decorating decisions, and you can tell that they're up with the latest styles. The floor coloring, the wall coloring, not everything is perfect, but they know what they're doing when it comes to latest styles. All right, let's go upstairs. So this upstairs bathroom is as it always has been, other than paint color maybe. shower, we use that quite a bit. Obviously the toilet and the sink. This wasn't always finished. It wasn't until we were older that Dad finished the upstairs. He just kind of did a room at a time as needed. So, Mark's room. This room is sitting empty, but this is the room that, this was me and my brother's bedroom, probably the longest bedroom I was in. Eventually as I got older, I moved over to the one my sister's in now, which is same as this, it's just mirrored on that side of the house. This is also the window we would sneak out of. Ow, that hurts. There's a roof right here, so we could sneak out here, we sit on the roof, and then sometimes we would crawl over here. And there used to be before the shop was up, there used to be an evergreen tree right there. And we would get on the roof and climb down that tree and sneak out. That's where it was. We would have a bed and a dresser in here. There was times when we would decide we're gonna clean our room and move the furniture around just for something different. So I remember one time we had the bed over here, we cleaned the room, we moved the bed over to this corner and had the dresser there, and then, you know what, that night when I went to go to bed, everything is dark up here. We're scared of the dark as kids, right? So I ran up the stairs, came running into the room and jumped onto the bed. Well, where the bed used to be, just crumbled up in the corner of the floor because there's no longer, the bed had been moved and I had forgotten about that. There's also a time in this very room when the bed was over here that my sisters, who we would play pranks on, they decided to get us back. So they took this door, they cut out a paper ghost and taped it to the side of this door, and they had a little string taped to the paper. The door was open and they were underneath the bed, both sisters, my two oldest sisters, were laying underneath the bed with that string, and then waiting for me, one of us, to come up to go to bed, right? They were just waiting and waiting and waiting. Probably 15 minutes or so, but it probably seemed like hours of them. Finally, I come walking up these stairs, and I walk in here, and this paper ghost just rattles. And yeah, I think my dad said that I pretty much, like, in 2 bounds, I was back downstairs. Like, I barely touched the floor at all. Also, this was obviously our closet. I remember our Amish pants being in here, and all that. You know, one was my brother's and one was mine, and then our shirts would hang in here, and then we could keep our goodies up here. But this piece of trim, now I don't remember, was it this piece or this piece? We had pried it loose and we had it carved out so that we could hide. This was when we were 13, 14, 15, being naughty. We would hide cigarettes in there or stuff like that we weren't supposed to have. I think it was mostly just cigarettes. So we would pop it loose, put the stuff in there, and pop it back in. Don't tell anyone. Hey, Lacey. Oh, dog, good dog, huh? Who's the good dog? Oh, you want to growl, don't you? Oh, you want to growl. Spoiled dog. When we were adding on, Dad did a lot of the work himself, you know, and as 4, 5, 6-year-old boys, we wanted to help. So we were helping him nail down flooring. It probably took a lot of patience on his part. But he got us started and we started nailing down wood, and my dad looks over at my younger brother than me. He's a 1.5 years younger than me. And he was putting nails in like this far apart. Just nail right after another nail, and it's still visible here. We still laugh about that. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right there. Like that. He was really nailing down that floor. It's not gonna move. We still joke about that. It's a memory that we'll carry forever. The washing machine used to sit here. I remember washing 5, 6, 7 years old, washing cloth diapers. Mom used to use cloth diapers. We would have a Honda engine on it. The exhaust would vent out there. We would start it and it would do this whoosh, 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 whoosh thing, right? We would run everything through the wringer. I did get my whole hand in the wringer one time. It didn't hurt as much as it scared me. I was 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever it was. The coal room used to be a coal room, now used for storage. And then over here is my mom's can room. This is where she keeps the cans nice and cool. This is underneath the porch. The window can be cracked. But yeah, can room. So this is the coal stove. My dad has burned coal ever since I can remember, and it's just the heat naturally goes up into a floor vent and then disperses out throughout the house. Most Amish houses are heated like this, just naturally the heat goes up. Some of them have propane or natural gas furnaces though, they don't have a fan on it. I also remember the bed being where this mattress is. When we first got our first radio, we dug it out of the trash in the garage sale. One of my first videos I ever did is on that, where we actually got it to work. So me and my brother were laying in here. He had one earbud in his ear, I had the other one. And we would hold this radio up to get reception for country stations. You know, and we would be holding it. If we dropped our hand, that we would lose reception. We couldn't hear anything. So we would have to hold it up to hear the song. You know, that was back in the day with Alan Jackson and Chattahoochee and, you know, what is it, Joe Diffie, Welcome to Earth, Third Rock from the Sun, or Watermelon Crawl. We loved when those upbeaty songs kind of came in. We groaned when the slow songs started playing, you know, or commercials. Because our arm was tired, you know, we would have to, hey, it's your turn to hold the radio now. So then he would take his turn, and yeah, we were hard up.